Hey, what's up, rock stars? Welcome to another math video. You ready to get going? I would say you are, because today we're going to talk about dividing integers. Do you guys know how many pairs of shoes an airplane needs? It's enough for 30,000 feet. Yep, 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 yep. That's pretty good. You know that's good. All right, let's get rolling. Okay, today we're going to talk about division. Like I said, we're going to demonstrate an ability to divide two integers, positive and negative numbers, that don't have decimals and fractions. Just a reminder what an integer is. With the signs that are the same and signs that are opposite. We've done this for addition, we've done this for subtraction, we've done this for multiplication, and now we've doing it for division. You're going to notice, if you watch the multiplication video, you're going to notice some real common rules, maybe, or patterns, if you will, between division and multiplication. Okay, so let's talk a little math lingo. So if we have this, we would read this normally as 12 divided by 3. Let's just refresh. This also means the division sign means split into. So when you're thinking about division, we always say 12 divided by 3, but what we're really doing is taking something and splitting it into groups, okay? So this one you could say 12 split into 3 equal groups is, and that will help you with understanding what we're trying to do with the problem. Each group has 4, so a positive 12 split into 3 equal groups gives you a positive 4 in each group. See what we're doing there? Let's just look at that one more time. A positive 12 split into 3 equal groups. So if you divided that, you would get 4. Okay? A positive 12 split into 3 equal groups gives you a positive 4. All right. Everybody with me so far? Let's keep going. So the answer would be 4. Now, next up, how would we read this? Okay, remember, this also means split into. So you can say 12 split into 3 equal groups is, and then when you do it, each group has 4. So a negative 12 split into 3 equal groups gives you negative 4. So right here, when you say, you can say negative 12 split into 3 equal groups. So if I have a negative 12 and I break it into 3 equal groups, each one of those groups is going to have a negative 4. Okay, so negative 12 split into 3 equal groups gives us negative 4. And let's try this one. What if we have 12 divided by negative 3? Right? How do we want to read that? This also means split into, so we could read it as 12 split into the opposite value of 3 equal groups. And if you watch the modeling division, this one makes a lot of sense. So we could say 12 split into the opposite value of 3 equal groups. So what we're going to do is break that into 3 equal groups, and we're going to get 4. And the opposite of 4 is negative 4. So our answer is negative 4. And then one last one. If we have, we're going to take this and break it in. Remember, that says split into, and we're going to read it as, we can say negative 12 split into the opposite value of 3 equal groups is. So if you take negative 12 and you break it into 3 groups, you're going to get 4, right? But we want the opposite. I'm sorry, if you take negative 12 and you split it into 3 equal groups, you're going to get negative 4. But if we want the opposite value of that, that turns that back into a positive 4. Okay, so each group has 4. So negative 12 split into the opposite of 3 equal groups gives you a positive 4 in each group. There you go. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Well, do we see any patterns? If you watch the math video, these are going to look real similar. So for example, if the signs are the same, then guess what? The answers are positive. 12 broken into 3 groups or split into 3 groups gives us 4. You would know that because you would have a 4 and a 4 and a 4. And then if we have negative 12 broken into 3 groups, okay, breaking into the opposite value of 3 groups, well, you would have negative 4, negative 4, and negative 4, but we want the opposite value of that, which turns it into 4. So if the signs are the same, the answer is positive, just like multiplication. And if the signs are different, then the answer is going to be negative. Okay, so if we look at this one, say 12 divided by -3, or 12 split into the opposite value of 3. So the signs are opposite. We have a positive sign over here because you can't see it, and we have a negative sign here. That means the answer is negative. The same thing with the other way around. If we have a negative here and a positive here, it's going to be a negative. So if both the signs are the same, the answer is positive. If both signs are different, the answer is going to be negative. Now remember, this rule only applies in division and multiplication. Addition and subtraction are their own beast. You guys have been crushing that, so hopefully you understand that. If not, go back and watch that video. And make sure you have these broken down in ways that make sense, okay? Because you're going to be doing integers not just now. It's going to be part of the rest of your math life. All right, so let's do a couple practices here. So let's just say 9 split into 3 equal groups. Well, we know that answer is 3. The only thing left to do is figure out what our sign is. Well, 9 is positive and 3 is positive. We know they're positive because it doesn't show the sign. So if they're both the same, the answer is positive. So 9 divided by 3 is positive 3. Now we have 40 divided by -8. So 40 is positive, and this second number is negative. So our answer is already, we know it's going to be negative. Now we can figure it out. 40 divided into 8 groups. So you know your times tables. 8 times what equals 40? That would be 5. All right, this one we have -16 divided by -4. Signs are the same. What does that mean our answer is going to be? Going to be positive. So what is 16 broken into 4 groups? Well, 4 times 4, 16. Good job, good job. Oh, we got some bigger numbers here. Now we have, but before we get to the how we're going to solve it, we have -160 split into 8 groups. Well, we have a positive number or a negative number first, and we have a positive number here. So the signs are different. The answers are going to be negative. Then we just say -160, and whichever way you do this is fine by me, divided by 8. How many times does 8 go into, the standard algorithm says how many times does 8 go into 1? It doesn't. How many times does 8 go into 16? That would be a 2. I'm going to change my color here because it'll be blending into some other stuff. That would be 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract and get a 0, bring down the 0. How many times does 8 go into 0? 0. And so our answer is 20. All right, so the answer would be -20 because 8 groups of 20 gives us 160. All right, you guys crushed it. So remember, signs are the same, answer is positive. Signs are different, go to negative town. All right. You guys ever know what kind of coat? Is there a coat that you can put on that is always wet when you put it on? It's a coat of paint. It's a coat of paint, rock stars. Later.